Cheers, man. Cheers to episode 80 of the Beefy Boys Breakdown. Thanks for everybody watching on Facebook Live. Make sure you're subscribed on YouTube at Beefy Boys Breakdown. And episode 80 here. We're getting to the main card. We got UFC Fight Night Santos versus Ankalaev. Let's keep it pushing to
great, dude. Round of the year, maybe?
Round of my life. Hey, recency bias McGee over here. Maybe round of my life. Just maybe.
I don't know. Gaethje Chandler is still so amazing.
If we're going that recent, then I'll take this over that for sure. No, not for like meaningful for the division. So if you're weighting that in, it's almost like a weighted grade, right? If you're like if each fight in a vacuum of just like
I don't know, because Gaethje Chandler was 3 rounds, but specifically the first round was 5 full minutes of that level of action. This was only 3 minutes.
Yeah, bro, but we saw like or a 10-7 and a finish. Or like, bro, we saw like a 10-7 and a finish in 3 minutes, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
was it a 10-7 though? For who? 10-7 for who?
Terrance McKinney beat Drew Dober within an inch of his fucking life.
Yes, we agree. I thought you were trying to say Dober got a 10-7. I was like, there's no way.
No. So we got Drew Dober coming in at -170, which I would have thought was rich if it wasn't for the quick turnaround by Terrance McKinney. And I think this fight looks different with a full camp for Terrance McKinney.
And a preparation and for style.
That's like a most like generic cop out, but I think like there's a real conversation to be had there in this fight.
I think it's super true.
And but Terrance McKinney coming in at +150 fought like what 6 days ago or what? That's accurate,
7.
right? 7, yeah. So fought last week. Lightweight matchup. You specifically super high on Terrance McKinney last week.
Love Terrance McKinney. Was putting a lot of coal in his train. Drew Dober fought Islam Makhachev on Makhachev's way up. Fought him really well too. Like looked probably better than anyone else that's fought Makhachev to this point. So I'm just saying that's all MMA math, obviously. But I'm just saying that Dober is probably a top 20 155er right now.
Yeah.
So for McKinney to be out there just landing
I
bombs.
thought Terrance McKinney was about top 20 too. I mean, how we were talking.
That's where I wanted to see him be fighting at next. But I think he took it on way too much. Like he was way too aggressive in the way he approached it. Like he should have taken a camp and like let himself get set up.
It was high risk, high reward, right? Because if he beats Druber on 5 days notice, he's getting some like Hamza, like some. You know what I'm saying? He's getting.
That's true.
He's definitely top 15. Like that's how you build your name. That's how you skip the line. He did the UFC a favor, which the UFC is a scratch my back, I'll scratch yours type of business. So
you're saying they give him like a Brad Riddell as a reward?
I think so. I think that if he wins this, the UFC loves him. They give him push. They give him extra hype. They give him matchups. I think it's high reward, which you either come out. It's just like a football coach going for 2. Either you're the smartest coach alive or you're a dipshit. You know what I'm saying? There's no middle ground.
I think we spoke to this last week, but this might be the most log-jammed division as well.
Well, which is dope because it's so dope to be able to talk about the back end of lightweight. Because, bro, this podcast is going on 2.5 years. And for the better part of those 2.5 years, lightweight conversation has been about 5 to 7 deep.
Well, you know what our first main event was, right?
No, I don't.
Gaethje Ferguson. It was May 12th in Jacksonville.
Oh, shit. What a great piece of trivia. What a great blast of the past. So, but what I'm saying is, and that's a great example of log jam and top 5. And
they're still there. Like those guys are still there.
No, what was it? 2 weeks ago, we were talking about Sarukian, and that video did pretty decent on our channel, and like people are like caring about Sarukian.
We had some good Eastern European motion with like Tupuria, Sarukian. I don't know.
You're right. But now we're talking, and then we were talking about Terrance McKinney, and we were talking about Bahamundas, and now Drew Dober, and like. To be able to talk about that back end of lightweight is a lot of fun because for so long.
I mean, think about Gamrot, Sarukian, Fiziev, Gillespie.
Gillespie, yeah. No, I mean, studded. I mean,
hell, RDA still looked good. McGregor's still a guy there. Poirier's leaving.
I'm bantamweight McGee, but most people will tell you lightweight is the best division.
I think top end skills, like your top 10, lightweight has the best top 10. Because, bro, number 9 is Conor McGregor. Like
9 was Dominic Cruz in bantamweight. Like, I mean, last win. I think he's higher than that now, but like a week.
Marlon Moraes is number 10 in bantamweight. Pedro Munoz is 9. Cheeto Vera is 8. Cruz is 7. Once you hit Cruz, you start to get real elite.
Yeah.
But I'm saying sure. I think lightweight's just slightly deeper. Because I think the back end of lightweight's better too, 11 through 15. Because Edgar O'Malley, Simone, Song Yadong, who we'll get to in a Sunsao, versus Fazeev, Saruki, and Gamrot Riddell Fajeda.
Oh, I don't know.
14 and 15 are the selling points, right?
That's like such like a dope, like hypothetical, like just,
that's a fun argument.
Yeah, no, that's like a barbershop classic right there. That's a fun one, but we'll save that one for another day. Let's dive into Drew Dober, Terrance McKinney, and like I said, I mean, Terrance McKinney. But honestly, bro, and this isn't hindsight 2020. As it was happening, I was like, Terrance McKinney's blowing his load here. It was just
he was, but I believe in his power.
I do too, and he's finished McGee. But when it wasn't happening,
finished McKinney.
Like in real time, I was like, oh, if he doesn't get him out of here, this is going to be a real problem because it was just so wild. It was so out of control. It was also so violent and so dangerous and so vicious if you want to look glass half full, but it wasn't measured whatsoever. He was going for the kill, which I love guys that go for the kill. And Terrance McKinney gets a lot of kills. But I'm saying Drew Dober, it was I don't know, man.
I mean, shout out to Drew Dober for surviving.
Chin of the year.
Yeah, I mean, holy shit. Comeback of the year, perhaps. Round of the year.
Yeah, no, I mean, this was fucking epic. Like, seriously, YouTube it. If you don't want to watch this whole card or you don't watch every fight, this one's worth on YouTube.
Literally 3 minutes and 20 seconds, and it's a highlight reel for all 3 minutes and 20 seconds.
It's a highlight reel that'll stand the test of time,
I mean,
too. Like,
if I'm not mistaken, does Terrance McKinney not run out in the first 10 seconds and immediately start the whirlwind of like firefight they go into?
No, yeah, this fight lasted 3 minutes and 17 seconds, and like what? 2 minutes and 30 seconds of that was Terrance McKinney winning like a 10-7. Like,
yeah.
And then Drew Dober.
And then Drew Dober with the sweet knee up the middle, man. Just sits McKinney on his ass and then just ground and pounds the ever-living hell out of him.
Like turning point, tide shifting. Yeah, no, I mean, I was just dumbfounded. My jaw was on the floor just watching this
I couldn't believe it. I was like, well, did that win fight of the night?
No bonus for either man in this fight.
It's unbelievable. How does Dober not get a bonus for that comeback?
Yeah, man. Yeah, especially whenever you find out who the next bonus goes to. I think you will have a lot of pushback, and I will agree with you. Yeah, Drew Dober, I think definitely deserved $50K. You could argue this was a one-round fight of the night. That's kind of like a principle thing that Dana doesn't like to do is give fight of the night to fight.
I know, and that's.
But this was like 25 minutes worth of action. It's like seriously, like no, I'm with you.
Yeah, like the endorphins and like the oxytocin, dopamine, whatever you want to call it, that I got from this 3.5 minutes was better than any other fight that I watched for 15 or less or more.
That's the difference between taking a slow release capsule and crushing it up and snorting it.
Yeah, I just got all my juice at once, but I like being juiced when I watch UFC.
No, seriously, no, man. As do a lot of UFC fighters like being juiced while they participate. But yeah, Drew Dober gets the win somehow, some way, man. And you know what, man? I remember it was before Drew Dober was fighting Islam Makhachev, and I was being super bullish on Twitter, like, oh, Islam got this in the bag. And I ended up winning money that night with Islam beating Drew Dober. I bet money. But I had a lot of, like, there was a decent amount of people on Twitter being like, I don't know, I kind of like Drew Dober. And I was calling them all dumb, and I was gloating, and I was, sitting there like, what the fuck are you talking about? What could you possibly see? You know what? This is what those people saw. And I know this is like a long time coming, But when I'm wrong, I'll admit it. Like I was just saying, like I thought Drew Dober was kind of a can back when he was matched up with Makhachev. Now he's proven a lot since then. But going into that Makhachev fight, and I mean, I wasn't trying to go out on any limbs. Makhachev was like minus 600, but there were people saying, like, oh, I could see Drew. There was people liking Drew Dober, and I was calling those people dumb. But after seeing something like this, like Drew Dober can win any fight ever. Like I will never. You know what I'm saying? If you can withstand that
and come back with that amount of like skill, timing, awareness, violence.
But yeah, man, Drew Dober. That's what people saw. So people saw it, and Drew Dober has this tough reputation.
So you're saying your Dober Dauber's up?
My Dober Dauber's up, but to like a limited degree, about a 45-degree angle, about half mast. Fucking, because the offense is pretty limited, right? Is he like just the new Darren Elkins? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he probably
that is how I feel about him. That is how I feel about him.
Like he has a career and he has a problem and he's in a tough night out. Or maybe even like a Charles Rose, or like I don't know. That sounds kind of like backhanded compliments. Like, and
he's
just
more skillful than Elkins. I'll give him that. I think he's a better fighter than Elkins.
But also, like the sport's come so much further too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right?
So
yeah.
Everyone else.
I'm with you.
So is everyone else. But yeah. As for now, I'll be Dauber half mast for Dober, and as for Terrance McKinney, you know what? I give him a pass.
Yeah, me too. Tough opponent, 1 week's notice. Yeah. Looked really great till he just ran out of gas. We'll see him soon.
He's a stud. He's a beast.